to know about rehearsals. I mean, the production is so incredible. It's very epic. Everything that happens is very grand and big. How long were you in rehearsals for before you guys had opening night?
Well, we're gonna
very long.
Yeah,
It's
very
very
long.
long.
We're gonna have different answers. Yeah, I'll give it to Steve.
No. I think we've met some middle ground. I mean, it's about 6 weeks.
Yep, 5 weeks in the rehearsal room, and then a week of teching after the 5 weeks.
Which is
6 weeks.
Solid
It's long.
length of time. I mean,
It's 2 weeks longer than any usual production would go
Wow.
for. Yeah, we needed it. We needed to make sure that it was a well-oiled machine. We needed to gel as a cast, especially like I told you earlier, the fact that the choreography was different or new. The direction was different. It wasn't anything that we could have sort of copied and pasted from the film, you know what I mean? So we needed to be sure that we were on point and on par and on track before we actually presented it to our
and of course,
audience.
if things weren't working, to have the time to break it down and build it from the ground up again.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're working on a franchise show where you have someone from the West End or Broadway teaching you exactly where to stand, exactly what steps to do, and how to deliver your performance, they can almost have a laminate on what you do week to week in terms of rehearsals. This, we were making it up as we go along, which is beautiful in a sense because
it's risky, but it's rewarding at the same time.
And it's collaborative.
Yeah,
I feel like each one of us has a stamp on this show.
Absolutely.
So if they ever do it again, you know, I'll be able to say to the next riff, hey,
this is how you do it.
The reason you do it like that, because I did it like that.
Yeah, man, we pioneered a lot of the stuff. I mean, we've injured ourselves quite hectically because of the fight.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. Look, another thing that I think sets
begin?
this show apart from anything else is that we've got Richard Lothian on our stunt and fight choreography. So it's a different sort of physicality on the body, you know, and not many of us are used to that. So there was a lot of trial and error, just because there was like new things, very alien things to our bodies, throwing our bodies on the floor, doing flips, this, that, and the other. And I injured my knee in the first week of rehearsals. He hurt his shoulder while we were like the first week of teching or something like that. And we just had to kind of find ways of
finding ways of making a sustainable
yeah,
production that won't break every single performance within the first few weeks.
Exactly.
So yeah, Richard was an absolute godsend. And I mean, just imagine if they took a bunch of dancers, put knives in our hands and said, make up a knife fight. Just go. So yeah, no, he's got experience
Expectra Patronum, what do you say? What would he have? It would probably been like...
Are you talking about Harry Potter?
Like Harry Potter.
I got it.
Yeah, she got it.
I mean, this guy's been stunting on Black Sails and Dominion, you know, the action shows that are currently shooting in and around Cape Town. So he's got some credits, he knows what he's doing.
He's good.
That's a mad street cred.
Yeah, man.
Now, I'm always interested to hear about what goes wrong, especially when the production is it seems so perfect, but I'm sure things go wrong. It's live theater. Can you tell me about what's gone wrong recently?
What has gone wrong recently, Steve?
Well, we're on the topic of knife fighting. Fumbling your knife in the rumble, which is the big face-off between these two characters.
Oh my goodness.
Is, it's a bit of an eggy moment, that. But quickly recovered. It's okay.
You recovered that well. I don't know about me. We were telling you the story earlier about when I disarm him and I have the knife and I do this fancy little flip, and the one time it just didn't work properly, and it sort of kind of just like stabbed Steve twice in the chest or 3 times in the chest and fell next to him, and we both looked at the knives.
And he was still standing.
He was still standing, and we were like, okay, so I'm not gonna pick up your knife because we've got choreography to do, and I have to run up the stairs. So let me leave the knives here and run through you. And then I picked up both knives. I went upstairs, and I was about to Wolverine him. I wanted to make sure that this guy was dead. Not knowing that the knife that I picked up, the extra knife that I picked up from downstairs, was supposed to be for one of the other cast members, which is a very important part of the story. He's supposed to cut Chino. I don't know if I'm giving away too much here.
No, I don't think so.
He's supposed to cut Chino. Chino comes back with the blood arm, and then he tells Maria, listen, we're fighting, and you can see he's bleeding and all of that kind of thing, but he just didn't have a knife, and so the guy that's supposed to cut Chino bit Chino. But because he was laughing so much from the fumbling and all of that kind of thing, he actually bit him, just to kind of like stop himself from laughing. Anyway,
That's great improv.
Those are, yeah,
A
fantastic
stroke
improv.
of genius. Daniel Bass, you're the man. That guy. Wow, brilliant.